Hi, we are here to discuss something important, something that concerns you, me, and our planet. The Earth, climate change, air pollution, depletion of ozone layer, ocean acidification, global warming, which led to melting of glaciers, and many more. And these phenomena has a great contributor, the carbon dioxide. Perhaps, carbon dioxide is not really harmful to us and to the Earth. Carbon dioxide occurs naturally in the atmosphere. It is used by the plants in synthesizing their food through photosynthesis. Moreover, carbon dioxide is a type of greenhouse gas, which absorbs heat and releases it gradually over time. Without the natural greenhouse effect, our planet would have an average annual temperature of below the freezing point, which would be extremely different and extremely cold than to what we are experiencing right now. However, as a Filipino saying goes, lahat ng sobra ay masama. We have exceeded the amount of carbon dioxide that we must have in the atmosphere, which leads to the adverse effects stated a while ago. Carbon dioxide levels has risen up to 400 parts per million last 2013 for the first time in recorded history, while the recorded levels for the past 400,000 years only place around 200 to 280 ppm. Efforts to minimize the carbon dioxide emission can be seen and heard everywhere. Laws that regulate or terminate activities that involve large amount of carbon dioxide emissions, such as production in factories, forest protection, tree planting, search for renewable energy, cut fossil fuel burning, and even programs that aim to inform the public on how one can do their part to reach the ultimate goal. Little did we know about how the plants, soil, geologic formations, and even oceans helped us with this pressing problem, and that is through carbon sequestration. Carbon sequestration is a long-term storage of carbon in plants, soils, geologic formations, and the ocean. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and store them in their trunk, making them bigger, wider, or even taller. Oceans, with the help of phytoplanktons, also sequester carbon through their photosynthesis.
The sequestered carbon will then be converted into carbonates, specifically calcium carbonate, which marine organisms have accumulated by the bioconversion of carbon dioxide to calcium carbonate. However, this process is too slow to be practically applicable as a solution to reduce the abundant carbon dioxide levels induced by man. With this newfound valuable knowledge, scientists now focus on how to imitate such processes, which is defined as biomimetics. Biomimetics refers to human-made processes, substances, devices, or systems that imitate nature. The art of science of designing and building biomimetic apparatus is also known as biomimicry because they mimic biological systems. The field is of special interest to researchers in nanotechnology, robotics, artificial intelligence, and the medical industry and the military. Nano-engineers at the University of California, San Diego have designed enzyme functionalized micromotors that turn carbon dioxide into calcium carbonate. The micromotors are much smaller than the width of the hair, and what is notable with the said invention is the fast and continuous motion in solution, which makes the process of decarbonating the water faster and more efficient than what the marine organisms have. The micromotors have an outer polymer surface that holds the enzyme carbonic anhydrase, which speeds up the reaction between carbon dioxide and water to form bicarbonate. Calcium chloride, which is added to the water solutions, helps convert bicarbonate to calcium carbonate. The micromotors is fueled by hydrogen peroxide, which reacts with the inner platinum surface of the micromotors, generating a stream of oxygen bubbles which propelled the motors around.
With this setup, the micromotors have reached speeds of more than 100 micrometers per second. However, the addition of hydrogen peroxide as well as the platinum are expensive. In the experiments, the micromotors demonstrated excellent results, removing 90% of the carbon dioxide from a solution of the ionized water in 5 minutes, while removing 88% of the carbon dioxide in the seawater solution in the same time frame. Calcium carbonate, or chalk, makes up around 4% of the Earth's crust and acts as a carbon reservoir, estimated to be equivalent to 1.5 million billion metric tons of carbon dioxide. It is the main component of shells of marine organisms, snails, pearls, and eggshells, and is a completely stable mineral, widely used in the building industry to make cement and other materials, and also in hospitals to make plaster casts. Alternatively, studies and researches have progressed in finding ways to lower the carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere. By creating plastic trees to convert atmospheric carbon dioxide to green gasoline, discovering naturally occurring bacteria that act as enzymes in transforming carbon dioxide into calcium carbonate, and using carbon capture and storage technology in making building materials as a greener business, and so much more. All of these will help not only the people living today, but also the future generation who's not here yet.
Looking back at the current situation of our world is in, we could say that the world is already deteriorating due to actions we humans have caused. Fortunately, with the continuous advancement of the modern technology, more and more doors are open to help lower the carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere. Studies, researches, and experiments that help in revitalizing our ecology are becoming more relevant. Hopefully soon, the world will rejuvenate and we will be living in a more pro-ecological way. As we end our video, we would like to call on everyone to help in any way you can. Even with our current technology, it is still up to decisions and actions we make that will affect the world for better or for worse. We should act evenly in small ways such as properly segregating trash, minimizing consumption of our daily necessities, saving water, electricity, etc. This way, we can create a ripple effect of environmental conservation and protection for our future generation.
So our question is, do you think all of the efforts, the community, industry, and the government will be enough for the future generation to live a life without the effects of climate change? Or is it already too late for us to revert the negative effects that have taken place? We may not know the answer, but we should at least try for the children of the future. Thank you for listening.